Yahweh, God and Creator, we offer thanksgiving to know that your Spirit is with us. Your life-giving breath brings forth life within us in each and every moment, manifesting life to reveal your glory. May we be freed from anything that is not of your Spirit, to be just that, instruments to reveal your presence, to reveal your glory, and to remind others that we originate from your design, that all things we see witnessed are within the process of restoration within the heavens, bringing spiritual freedom to all things of a spiritual nature, as we release our ties upon the wrongs we've experienced within ourselves or things we've witnessed within others. Yahweh, we extend a special prayer this day for all people that have been called into service to their nation. May they be stirred, deepened, and reminded of the fullness of your love, freed from any manner of suffering they may have encountered through their journey, and open to the possibility of spiritual freedom from all that they have witnessed. Deepen within the remembrance of your love, your holy wisdom, your peace, bringing forth encouragement, clear direction, and respect by those who look upon them. We trust and know that your Spirit is within each and every one of them. We surrender now that our eyes might see your presence and raise up the nature of your glory within them, to remind them of what the remarkable gifts they are and the freedom they hold as they relinquish their experiences of the past and move to a place of holy and divine grace. We breathe as one in you, trusting and knowing your Spirit to guide us. Yahweh Dios, ora como debes recibiendo común, Yah Shua Abwoon solo ondre cheriminiese si bieto tu kundrila. And I know that over these past months and years, one of the things that both myself and Ina return to repeatedly is the importance of seeking God first within all things. The importance of drawing to God's presence, because many times we encounter situations that would normally seem, oh, I just got to do this, because it's the nature of the things we face, it's the nature of the responsibilities we are encountering, or friends that are reaching out for help, or work situations that we face. But I will say to you that if you honestly start seeking the presence of God within each breath, and even as mundane situations present to you, if you center yourself in the unceasing prayer, the unceasing awareness that it is God's Spirit, life-giving presence that gives breath into your body, and just permit yourself the moment to take at least one breath, maybe 3, before you engage of anything. One breath on simple issues, matters that require more depth of thought, increasing to 3 breaths, 7 breaths, 21 breaths, whatever it takes. The importance of seeking the presence of God first. And there's a number of people present on the call tonight that I know you know this understanding, because you've seen witness of it in these days past, where we've discovered when we thought we were supposed to do a certain thing, yet we stopped and we prayed, and all of a sudden we touched the presence of God, find a peace, find a clarity, and find that what we were presented was not of truth. We rest upon that, and we set aside the thing we're being asked to be doing. Then we find out weeks or days later that the decision that we made under prayer was the proper one. Now, we don't have to dwell upon what didn't transpire. But if you have trust in God, you will find that you will be moved in such a way that it will continue to evidence and reveal God's glory, not just your ability to help or change a situation. If you are governed in such a way that God wishes to move you into something, to respond to it, great. Then God has already preceded you within that. If God does not wish you to move forward into that, great, don't. Because God's preceded you in the result of not engaging in that situation. And again, I feel it is very important to restate these matters, the importance of seeking God first. And as you know, it's one of the foundational premises behind grace healing and all the things that God has revealed and the miracles that we've witnessed through the years. It's about seeking God first. And it reaches to every aspect of our lives. And I know some of you have heard this story where I had some friends call me and ask me to pray for their friend that they were bringing to the hospital. And this couple was an elder couple. And it was beautiful that they would reach out and ask for prayer for their friend. And as we engaged in prayer while they were driving to the hospital, this woman was healed over the phone. Didn't know it, but then approaches the hospital, goes into the hospital. They do preliminary tests for this surgery that they were about to do, which meant she would have been a convalescent for, I guess it was about 2 or 3 months, and the elder couple would have had to take care of her. However, when she arrived at the hospital, they did all the testing and said there was no evidence of the issues that they were going to deal with in surgery. She became absolutely furious. And in review, what I realized was by trusting God, praying first, the elder couple didn't even know that the healing that was experienced in that car was not necessarily for the woman, but it was to protect the elder couple. Because what was revealed was the woman was so infuriated that she actually even uttered the words she had every intentions of never leaving their house once she got in there. So again, even situations that would be stirred through a spirit of sympathy, because a person thinks they must serve and they must do this, why not pray first? Why not bring the presence of God to a situation to understand God's holy design? Not the nature of how you might be governed through the spirit of sympathy instead of holy compassion. Being governed through the spirit of confusion instead of holy wisdom and discernment. And right now we see many things going on a national level and an international level within governments and throughout this government, dealing with many strange anomalies unfolding in both sides of the political arena. And then people immediately showing their reaction to the situation, which creates more drama. And what is drama? Drama is spiritual influence. If we would seek first prayer, we would begin to see what's really being revealed. And what we're seeing is spiritual deception, self-deception, manipulation, lack of integrity, and all these things rising not from any one person within the political realm, but from the body of people they desire to serve. Those that are at the head of the body, those servants, will reveal the nature of what's unfolding within the body, the nation itself. So instead of pointing our fingers at this politician or that individual or this situation or that group, we need to look at ourselves and all people within all parties throughout the nation body. And again, Yahweh, draw into the living breath of God's Spirit and seek to discern our place within this experience. Not be governed by the emotional responses, the knee-jerk reactions. Not to be governed by the parts, pieces, and bits of information that are coming out, but to center ourselves in the discerning awareness of how is God leading me through this vast forest of information. Some downed trees, some dead trees, some living trees, some trees filled with truth and life. Others sickened by disease. We walk through this forest. do we take care to measure the journey and path we are walking, even down to the simplest of tasks, the most mundane of our actions? And I know that there's scripture that speaks to the unceasing prayer, shifting into a fervent state of prayer, as I said earlier, to breathe deep, center upon the living breath of God's Spirit within you. Each breath you touch is evidence and proof that God's presence is near. It is not some church. It's not some religious belief. It is not some process that you must embrace. It is not just the time that you spend in your spiritual journey. It is the very recognition that life resides within you and life emerges from one place, the holy center and presence of God within. For life cannot sustain without God's presence near. So if we are to breathe, and we breathe now, I pray that as you reach the peak of this breath, you remember and know that this is a holy gift, a sanctified offering of the Spirit of our God and Creator in you, that you would manifest life and discover joy, unity, clarity, wisdom, and order within all your thoughts. If you begin first within the breath, you will discover this in each situation, no matter how difficult or challenging it may be. Career changes, friends needing help, loved ones facing sickness, loss of life, doing some manner of recreation with a friend. Did you stop, pray, and seek to know if your calendar fit God's presence or the individual that invited you to go do an event of some sort? Have you honestly sought the very living breath of God within you as you measure your thoughts, words, and actions as you speak to one another? And as we breathe, we allow for the life-giving breath that was expressed through Yah Shua when he said, this is how you pray. Abwoon and Nit Karashma Newe Sabyanak Akanan. He taught us that we are first to begin within the living breath. It is God's holy presence. Abwoon. I personally trust in Yah Shua. I trust that he did not waste his breath upon this earth. I trust that he chose a specific time within humanity to come and do his walk upon this earth. I don't believe there was a mistake in him choosing the language before he came here, that he would speak as his basic language, which was Aramaic. I don't believe that there's any mistakes within the perfect nature of our God and Creator, and in the fact that he chose the Aramaic, the beginning language of deep breath, words associated to the breath and the living breath of God within. Speaking these words, Abwoon, the words that connect us to the very beginnings and origins of our being. The words that connect us back to Yahweh Elohim Altorievasvisie through Yah Shua Elmiekus Siviriandro to recognize Abwoon within us. May you each be remembered to know that you are God's living presence here upon this earth. Be freed from the spiritual things you witness that are not of God, and move into the place that you reveal God's glory within each breath you encounter. And we breathe as one. Then we trust. And we welcome Ina in as God brings words forth from her mouth to bless, edify, and make known his holy grace. You breathe as one.
Yasodivya Kariyarabhya Namaton. Mayavya Shiryo Luroto Yaravya Kulariyarabhya. Moshiryo Suryo Kulariyarabhya Ramana. Moshiryo Luroto Teriya. We do breathe as one as we seek you first, Yahweh. Thank you for your peace. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your very presence and the grace that you have bestowed upon us. That we walk in the fullness of who you are in all that we do. And the only way that we can do that is to seek you first and to allow you to love us as we relinquish all things upon this earth each and every day so that we not miss the opportunities of receiving the fullness of your love, that there is no words. There are no words. There is love. From that, we can go and do as you have called us with the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of who you are within us. We walk in your graces. We are your ambassador. We are the very image of who you are upon this earth and the ground that we walk. You have given us a platform through our gifts and talents that you have bestowed on us for your glory and your purposes. And at the very same time that we receive the fullness and blessings of your love. You don't leave anybody out. There is nothing short of your glory other than as we, in our mindsets, allow it. So right now, as we release these things that are upon the earth, and even our mindsets, that we choose in this very moment, not just those that are upon this call, but all of your children, even in this moment of this very prayer, radiate out like a rippling effect of a pebble, just scattered just along the water, and you see the waves. May that be the very love of who you are in each and every one of your children, to reach out in the fullness of who you are. And that is your love. There is no book. There is nothing that really can say that more clearly than seeking you first and allowing you to love us. You made us in a way that only you understand. You bring people into our lives like the using of the grace healing and all those that are upon this call, in the calling upon their lives, that it is you we seek. And I just want to acknowledge God in this time, in this prayer, in this hour, in this season, even now. With all that's going on upon the earth, all that we've heard, and all the distractions, all the noises, may it settle down within yourself and God. Magnifying him above all else, no matter what it is. We are here for a reason. We are here for a season. We are here to set the captives free. And how do we do that? It's just spending that time with him, seeking him first. If we choose, we have a free will. We have such a loving God that he's given us a free will. So let us release all these things and welcome in the love of who God is. We acknowledge you, God, in all that we are, even now in this moment, that we acknowledge you first and foremost. You are King of Kings. You are Lord of Lords. There is no one higher than you, nothing greater than you. You have seized it all. It is all about your love. So let us grasp that and walk in the fullness of it in this moment and here on. You know our timing. You know our season. upon this earth. And it is this prayer that is rising up within me that we acknowledge you and say, we love you, we praise you, we worship you in your most precious name.
Yah Elohim etuim and Yah Shua Abwoon sorotar v'kamuriyah masasidia. May you all be blessed in a deep and holy sleep, restored in each and every breath you receive. May you be touched in the full gift of a sevenfold sleep, that each and every minute you touch in your time of rest, that you will know God's presence within it, and each minute will be valued like 7 to your body.
Yeah.
Increased renewal, restoration, peace, strength, vitality, health, and abundance in all that you do within your life. We thank you for the opportunity to serve you within God's love and look forward to hearing from you in the days ahead. We love you dearly here at Grace Healing.
Yes, we do. Love you dearly. And so does God. Deeply loves you. More than you could ever know.
Blessings to you all.
Good night. We love you.